Now, you might know that the other day Trippie Redd dropped a new album that's been getting a lot of negative feedback for a very particular reason, so yeah, let's talk about it. Really quickly regarding what I think about it, I actually like it. I personally thought that it sounded way better than his last two projects, and I think his vocal performance has actually gotten way better. I've always thought that Trippie Redd is someone who can do so much with his voice, and yeah, I'm personally just a fan of the way he used it this time. And by the way, yes, I know that a lot of people aren't really fans of it. The album has actually been getting a crazy amount of negative feedback from a lot of people on social media, so it might be a surprise to you that I like it. I personally went into it with an open mind. I wasn't expecting too much, and to be honest, I wasn't really feeling his last two releases that much, apart from a couple tracks here and there, but this one I kind of just enjoyed listening to it. Now, apart from that, you read the title, you already know what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Maybe you're not aware, maybe you are aware of what's been going on, but Trippie Redd has been facing a lot of backlash for not only the album being bad, you know, according to people who didn't enjoy it, of course, but the backlash he's been facing is actually because of his album title, and the title of his album is exclamation mark. If you haven't put two and two together, the last album XXXTentacion dropped before he died was of course question mark, the opposite of exclamation mark. In an interview that came out the other day after the release of Trippie Redd's album, he talked about how his album was a tribute to his friend, which is of course X.
Let's talk about the album. So why'd you name it that? Why is it an explanation point?
It was really on some tribute to like X. He taught me a lot. Like, the man was amazing. Like, he really opened his arms up to me. His first album, his debut album, I was the only feature on that one. Like, I went and visited him actually recently. I went to Miami and shit. I was with his mom. It was just so weird. I broke down. It was just crazy. I just felt his energy.
Reading some of the comments and responses to this, it's looking like people aren't really rocking with the idea of this being a tribute to X. And why am I saying this? Well, because of what you're about to see next. This is a back and forth 6ix9ine and Trippie Redd had when they were beefing, and as you can see, X became collateral damage and Trippie Redd called X a bitch and nigga. And then on an Instagram live he did in May 2018, which was around a month before X died, this is what Trippie Redd said.
X the same type of nigga though. Fuck X too. He a bitch too. That nigga, he stole Ski Mask style. He stole my style. He just collided with his shit. Like, all these niggas bitches, bro.
X then responded to what Trippie Redd said by saying this.
I think it's really childish to have this conversation. I think it's really childish to go back and forth on the internet and try and have this bullshit conversation and really try and... I'm just tired of seeing it on the internet. And I feel that both of them are good artists. Both of them can have longevity in their careers if they just understand how to deal with the situation and to be men. And I just wanted to address it in the best way possible. So my thing is to you guys, leave this conversation alone. Be the best artist that you guys can be. Do something for the community. Make yourselves look better. Make yourself, if you wanna reap all the glory, do something for the community. Be the best person that you can be. That's the only thing that I wanted to say. Regardless of the negativity put around my name, I'm addressing it with good energy. I want to say that I forgive both of you for even putting my name in the conversation. I forgive, like I said, I forgive both of you guys for putting my name in the conversation, and I believe in both of you. I believe that you guys can amount to great things.
It's no secret that their relationship was extremely rocky, no ASAP. This whole thing happened just a little over a month before X died, which means what most people remember as far as Trippie Redd and XXXTentacion's relationship goes is them not being on good terms. Now, this is important because it explains the backlash Trippie is getting for dedicating this album to X. The thing that's being said amongst most people who have an opinion about this whole thing is, how are you gonna dedicate your album to X when you guys weren't even on good terms before he died? Are you using his name to boost the sales of your album because you know anything and everything that's tied to X's name gets a whole lot of attention? Are you using XXXTentacion's name just as a means to an end? If you're not, then could you please explain everything that went down between you guys the month before he died? Now, what do I personally make of this entire situation? First of all, let's acknowledge something I haven't seen too many people bring up, which is we don't know what happened behind the scenes before X died. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm personally not a fan of how Trippie Redd handled everything that went on with him and X when they were beefing. I mean, I get it, friends aren't gonna be in agreement 24/7. I mean, you know, it's just life, that's what happens. I do think he could have handled everything so much better though. Just in case he's watching this, and by the way, rappers do watch videos like this, that's why I'm gonna directly address him. Trippie Redd, man, you gotta talk about if there was anything that happened right before X died. Did you guys talk, and were you guys on good terms at the end? Maybe talk a little bit about what you think you could have done differently looking back on it. I want to give you an open invitation to my platform if you do want to go that route. Just putting it out there. Maybe he doesn't really even care about this enough to want to clear anything up, and that's completely okay, but the option is there. You can always always hit me up on Instagram. I'm personally all about moving forward, and I'm not asking Trippie Redd to talk about anything because he has to. I just think what he did raised a lot of, maybe too many eyebrows, and it creates way too much confusion between his fan base and X's fan base. Let's not forget, he was the only feature on 17, so their relationship was obviously not surface level. It's safe to say that they were almost like brothers. Friends, and especially best friends, are not always gonna be on good terms. And let's not forget the fact that you could be beefing with a nigga, but at the end, just, it doesn't mean that it's not love. When someone dies, it's a whole different ball game. Some of the petty things that you guys were arguing about just simply doesn't matter anymore. I want you to look at it from a different perspective, okay? I mean, what if this is his way of grieving? He never got the chance to say sorry for acting like a dickhead when he was alive, so this is his way of saying sorry. You get what I mean? People have complicated relationships, and sometimes it's not as easy as, 1 + 1. Assuming that Trippie Redd is using X's name to boost his name is wrong because we don't really know his true intentions. But then again, it's something the fans won't ever let go of. People want answers, and I think it's important to give it to them when it comes to a situation like this. And that's all I have to say about this. Now I want to ask you though, what do you think about this entire situation? Trippie Redd gets accused of clout chasing off of X's name because he dedicated his album to X, and he also titled it exclamation mark. Do you think him using his album as a tribute to X is wrong, or do you think it's completely fine since they were friends from the beginning anyway? Definitely let me know in the comment section below, and let's have a discussion about this.